All right, welcome back to my channel, Life Advantage Now with Caraway. So let's go ahead and jump in as we normally would. So it says, if you remember what we talked about in the last video, it says you have great, and this weekend is going to be about personal achievement. So that's what we're going to go over, bringing us into the next week. So it says you have great untapped reserves of potential within you. Your job is to release them. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. All that matters is where you're going. Life is like a combination lock. Your goal is to find the right numbers in the right order so you can have anything you want. Your most valuable asset can be your willingness to persist longer than anyone else. If you want to achieve greatly in life, be a student of achievement. Okay? And some of you may think or may notice that I have new lenses on. Yes, I do. I can tell you they seem a little bit wide, I think, but I can definitely cover more ground, that's for sure. But anyway, so the first thing I want to talk about today is, well, not today, but next week. So April the 8th through the 12th of 2019, it'll be National Work Zone Awareness Week. So just remember, you just want to slow down, pay attention, stay alert, and obviously expect the unexpected, because we all know things can happen unexpectedly. So you want to be aware of that. But today we're going to talk about crosswalks, okay, and why it's so important for both parties to understand about crosswalks. So the what drivers should be practicing and the safety for pedestrians. But for the pedestrians, you have to be visible, and basically on both parts, on the driver and the pedestrian, you have to be visible. Okay, because not I must say, all the blind spots that are in the vehicles, that's why they made the crosswalk, so the pedestrians can use the crosswalks. And that's when you get to that, when you pull up and you get to a crosswalk, that's where you want to pay attention. So if you're not going straight, you're going to be making, because some people, they get to that, how you drive into the intersection, you get to the light, but then you go, it has a little pathway where you can go this way. A lot of people are looking to the left to see what's coming, and they never really think about. So you should look at that spot, before you even get there, because most people don't pay that any attention, but you have to. Okay, you have to be visible. I'm gonna read you something right here. It says, according to NHTSA's, and just so you know, it's National Center of Statistics and Analysis, says 32% of pedestrian fatalities occur between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. I don't even have to go over why of that, because it's late at night. It's just hard to see. It's just a lot of things going on. And I know they say, they want the pedestrian to work light colored clothing, but think about it. For most people that are going to work and coming back home, is not something that's going to be ideal. You're not thinking about it all the time wearing light clothing, so you can, you probably should, but that's not something that a pedestrian is going to be thinking about all the time. So that's why, or maybe they can, wear something light only just for the walk, I guess. I don't know. But think about it. All the people that are out there in this world, all the people that are walking, how many of them wear light colored clothing? Not very many of them. Okay? So that's why us as drivers, we have to make sure that we're paying attention. It says stay alert and avoid distractions. So for pedestrians, okay, it says distractions are everywhere today and becoming more and more difficult to avoid. Remember that a pedestrian, your eyes and ears are your best tools for keeping you safe. So stay alert and watch out. And I'm pretty sure if you do a lot of walking, on the roads and stuff like that, and on sidewalks, you pretty much can understand about that. Listening when cars are behind you and all that kind of stuff. And for drivers, being alert, and I mean, we talked about this before. If you're not ready to drive, then you probably shouldn't be driving. But part of being mentally ready is being ready to drive. So if you want to go back and, like I say, listen to the other videos and adhere to them, they'll definitely tell you more about being a safe driver. Okay, it's something I kind of wanted to point out, and we'll probably go over this the next time. But it talks about, because someone also had a question about that too, about pulling in and out of spots. But it says be mindful of pedestrians when pulling into and out of driveways, especially if you're backing up. Okay? Pedestrians can easily enter your path without your knowledge. And right there, that's something that kind of upsets me because, I told you that you have blind spots and you can always check. You can always check and see what's going on, but there'll always be that one thing that that you may not see. And that's why as you back up, you just want to, take your time. There's no need to be in a rush if you're trying to get out of a spot. Just take your time, inch out, inch out, inch out. You know, when you get, I honestly, for my opinion now, and it's not for anybody to go by, but I honestly think when you get halfway out, if you're halfway out and you have someone that drives behind you and blow the horn, then they're an idiot. They're an idiot. They obviously probably want to get hit. Because just like me, I drive a commercial van, and sometimes I get halfway out with that stupid loud beeper that's so loud, and people still drive behind you. And it's like, come on, people, let's think about, come on now, this is why I was telling you. And here's the other thing that they probably know that you probably don't know that when you're backing out of a spot, okay, and you hit someone, you're going to be the one at fault. Okay, well, both parties are responsible because they're both in moving vehicles. But you're the one, and you would never think that, but you're going to be the one that's at fault. Okay, and like I say, both of you, because you're in both moving vehicles. Here's something that I learned that I kind of do, because some people get kind of silly. Like if you're driving down the street, right, and some people, like I say, are not paying attention. But if they're driving down the street, and sometimes they kind of, if you're in a neighborhood or something like that and they're trying to go around cars, some people aren't respectful to give you a little bit more room. So normally what I do, if I see them coming and I see them kind of like getting close to me, and there's no cars around, there's nothing to go around, they're just still over out of the thing of respect, they just didn't get over far enough or whatever, I usually just stop. I just stop. So that way, if they hit me, well, guess what? They're at fault because they're the only one driving at that time. But that's something you can kind of use too. But I make sure if I see something silly, I stop because I don't want to be the one that say, "Oh no, you're both at fault because you're both." No, 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 no. I stop my vehicle from driving. If I have to put it in park, I'll do that. But I stop driving because it's stupid. You're not giving the other driver room. I mean, that's why I told you most people just drive just to just drive. But I mean, you have to understand the root.